Alrighty, howdy, hey there folks, hope you're doing well today, hope you're doing amazing today. We'll be getting into it pretty darn shortly here. Go ahead and sit back, get comfy and all that magic, and yeah, that's pretty much a through line, really, honestly. So yeah, just get comfy and cozy and we'll get right into it pretty soon here. Alrighty, Ruski, I think we are pretty much good to go. We're gonna go ahead and get right on into it pretty shortly here. I think we pretty much have everything we need at this point. So yeah, I think in this case we can pretty much just kind of take right off from here. But last time we left off, we'd done some research, pretty much just tried to figure out a little bit more about like, hey, what are we dealing with? What's some things that we can maybe do to improve our overall build, counter some of the significant issues. In this case, mainly NPCs, in all seriousness. When it came down to it, like, of everything we were running into that was causing us issues, it was NPCs, unsurprisingly. Like, no one could even count themselves surprised on that one. So, luckily, I think in this case we have a little bit better of an overall understanding and a better plan for what we're going to be approaching here. We're still going to probably end up running into some issues more than likely as we're moving along here today. Probably. There's probably some things here that I could do to otherwise improve on overall safety too. But otherwise, I mean, in this case, it really kind of comes down to we just have to play a little bit smarter in certain spots and just a little bit better. Otherwise, none of that's too far off from possibility. In all seriousness, like, the issues that we did end up running into last time are all things that we can more or less easily fix. Actually, I'm going to put my bow in my offhand. It helps me do essentially bow cancels, which allows me to move faster right out of certain animations. So it's safer and just helps out. Anywho. As always, starts off with a nice little GG's, see you later, Grafted Scion, rest in piss. So, yeah. Hey, Randall. You know what, actually, I'm gonna do one thing here real quickly while we're talking. I was gonna leave the problems on screen, but I think in this case, I'm gonna actually go ahead and just move that back off. I think it was... There we go. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna move problems off of screen for right now because I don't want that being something that's like just hanging out on the screen while we're moving around. It's important to know what our problems are for sure, but it's less important for us to keep it on screen like that. And I think it just kind of eats up space and it looks a little gross. So, anywho. At this point in time, our only goal is to go ahead and just start the runoff the way that we should, which is pretty much in this case just getting our asses set up for the... Honestly, I guess in this case, probably the flail. We're still going to end up probably doing the flail into balls strat, more than likely. Though admittedly, with everything in mind, we may not actually end up going after the... Starfists this time, potentially. So, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, I am sorry. There is actually no music right now because I turned it down. There we go. Not that I really need to be collecting beast bones or anything like that, but I don't know. I'm trying to think of maybe... I need to probably figure out some resources that I could maybe, like, get some extra cash money off of while we're doing this run. Because money did get kind of tight here and there during the last playthrough. Grab the item. Thank you. So we probably do want to do that. But the Starfists were chunkin' bosses. That's the thing. Yeah, they definitely were chunking bosses for sure, but I don't know. Maybe I take the balls up to a certain level, and then I pivot hard into the Starfists. But as far as, like, the baseline stands, I kind of want to measure it out in a different way. I don't really get much value out of murdering these guys. I was kind of hoping that maybe they could give me some extra stones. But the thing is like getting those extra stones from them doesn't really happen very often, so. That being said, I mean, hey, there we go. I'm not going to be farming these guys. It's just not worth it. Okay. Alright, so, as far as things stand for right now, we're going to go ahead and start off with the standard, which is we're going to go ahead and sit down, get horse. Once we're done getting horse, we'll go ahead and get the flail. Once we have the flail, we can go ahead and run our asses on through most of Limgrave in this case. Starfists serve a major purpose in a lot of things, so we probably will end up doing it still. I'm just kind of trying to think about, like, the pivot point, I guess, because balls will carry us until fists, is kind of the idea, but I also don't want balls to be, I don't know, like, I don't want balls to end up being the end game, but at the same time, like, they kind of do their job for a reason, so. Do that, and I could go ahead and start getting... Wait, actually, I don't remember how much dex it is specifically that I need for the flail. I know it's a good amount. Wait, how did I not equip horse there? What the fuck? What the fuck? There. Jesus. Okay. I don't know why the prompt failed me like 2 times in a row, but it was just feeling silly, I guess. Okay. Alright. So, both of these lads are unfortunately in a position that otherwise annoys the piss out of me. That being said, we do that. And we ride away. Alright, real quickly, we're going to sit at this side of Grace. I didn't really mean to use this one, but we're going to go ahead and use it anyways. We're going to go ahead and swap ourselves over to daytime, so that way we don't have to worry about the night scav on the bridge. He's not guarding a lot that's relatively important, but it's just enough of an annoyance that we do want to think about it. So, okay, 18 dex. I'm going to go ahead and get the 18 dex required for the flail. And I think in this case we could probably just start pumping strength, more than likely. Yeah, more than likely we could just go ahead and start doing that, getting it rolling. I am kind of questioning whether or not it's actually safe to even use this bridge at all, just because of the daytime you get this fucking, whatchamacallit rider right here, the dismounter rider, and, like, he's not nearly as scary, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he randomly clips me one of these times, just because. Alright, beautiful. Ignore all of that over there. We're going to go ahead and go get the Weeping Peninsula unlocked. Weeping Peninsula, I kind of want to actually wrap that one a lot earlier, because that is going to be where we're getting one of our main weapons for the run. And likewise, I mean, Weeping Peninsula just has some really good shit in it, frankly, for the early game, and I don't know why I disregarded it so much last time. Likewise, actually, that would be a way for us to get some extra money. Because Weeping Peninsula does give us access to, over to the grave. And we could very easily use that as a way of getting a lot of money. I think this is a rune? Okay, it is a rune, but was it worth getting a rune? No. that was a very low amount of runes to be fucking around there. Okay, cool. Either way, it's probably not terrible for us to go ahead and just do this right now because, well, I mean, this bridge can be scary, but, like, I don't know, like, I don't usually fear it too much. And that is a free stone sword piece, so I don't see myself needing that side of grace, but it's probably not a terrible idea for me to get it anyways, just because I'm in the area, so fuck it. Okay, last time I ran through here, I kind of played a little loose and dangerous with it. I don't need all of these item pickups, I just really want the... I think it's this one right here. Yeah, it's that one right there. Perfect. Alright, cool. Another Smithy 2 in our inventory. Love to see it. I think the merchant over here also sells a Smithy 2 or 2. And on top of that, obviously, they sell infinite kukri, which, I mean, I've already explained the value of kukri multiple times. So, yeah. Yep, he sells that, and he also sells more Smithy 1s, which, you know what, hey, that's not a bad get off rip. Oh, actually, I didn't realize the kukri were actually as cheap as they are here. That's actually really nice to see. You know what, since I'm here, I guess I could get Turtle Shield. I don't see Turtle Shield happening for a while, only because it takes up stamina, or it takes up, endurance. But... that is still not too bad. Not too bad to get at all. Do that. And actually, there is the... right over here. There's the one Starlight Shard that's chilling right here. Okay. Alright, we do that. Now we can start heading on over towards the, start heading our way on over towards the beachside merchant, so that way we can get a Site of Grace and also have access to this Y-hander for later. Because I think in this case, honestly, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I like the idea of it. This Y-hander really does just kind of cover me on so many fronts, and it's kind of not even close. Like, it is damn good of a weapon. It really genuinely is. You know what, last time I ran up top, I know it's more dangerous to run below, but I kind of want to see if there's maybe an item or two down here that I'm missing that would actually give me just a little bit more. Okay, well that's definitely not of value. So far, I've been proven to not find anything of genuine value down there. So fair enough. I could probably go get the tier up at this church. I don't really think we need it per se, but it would be useful for making our blue flasks a little bit more tasty. So, yeah, I guess there's enough of a reason. Sure. There we go. One tier. I don't think there's anything in this graveyard of... oh, well, I mean... free blood grease. Okay, alright. That's not actually a terrible get. I'm trying to think of where that blood grease would be most impactful, and in this case, I'm thinking on the... well, actually, I did do some testing. I did do some testing earlier today, and I guess I should probably explain this. We don't actually have to do the Old Knight Ishvan questline in order to get the Ash of War that's so useful for stealth. We could actually, just in this case, do something way fucking easier than that. And essentially just means us killing Bernie before he goes off to the manor. And then once we make it to the manor ourselves, his bell bearing updates. And then at that point, his bell bearing just essentially is already ready. So we can use his bell bearing at that point after we become a manor resident, and then it has the updated list of Ash of Wars. So nice little tech that we can implement into our run here, and ultimately end up with even better stuff without having to worry about going off and fighting Ishvan again. Only problem at that point is fighting Bernie, but I think fighting Bernie would be easier, because in theory, by that point, we will have our Giants Hunt Ash of War, and we should be cooking, in theory.
How can I?
Okay, this guy also sells +2s, which is nice. There's our weapon for later. We are still pretty fucking broke right now, so we don't really have money for it, but that's okay. That's okay for the most part. So what I'll probably end up doing here is I'll probably end up taking the Uchi, I think, up to maybe like a +2. Once we're at a +2 with the Uchi, then I'll probably use that for at least a little while. Wait, why do we have so many... Why do we have so many why do we have so many Graces? What the fuck? Hang on, folks, hang on. I think I just realized something. I think for some reason the cheat menu decided to stay active even though I didn't have it fucking active anymore. Let's get this fixed. Surely I can get it fixed. Hang on. That is not normal at all, obviously. Okay, let me actually... I think I have to go back into that game file to properly turn it off. God damn it. Did it fix itself? No. No, it definitely fucking did not. Okay. Let me see if I can get it to fix, because I don't know why it fucking... Because I thought I turned it off earlier, admittedly, but... Okay, I'm not honestly sure. There's no way that that's correct. There's no way it's correct right now. Alright, I'm gonna try save quitting real quickly and see if that fixes it. I don't think it would in this case, but let's find out. I have a couple Graces, but there's no way I have that many Graces. Yeah, I definitely do not have that many fucking Graces, so... okay. Let me think about this for a minute. Let me try closing the game down completely. Let me try closing the game down completely and try reloading it and see if that fixes the issue. It might. It might. Kind of feels stupid that this is happening in the first place, but I don't know. I guess I should have expected that. What's weird about it, I guess in this case, is that I was doing it with a completely different character, and yet its settings persisted, which I'm not sure why that is. If anything, what we might end up doing here is I might try and take the base files that in theory should be the game files. Paste them out here, there we go. And we're going to go ahead and reload the game, and I'm going to see if I either need to... I might potentially need to delete the files. We'll see. We'll see. There's a couple different ways that this might get fixed. Our worst case scenario here is that we just essentially just sit on it and just say, okay, well, it's definitely not what I intended, obviously, but I'm gonna just play within the realm of honor at that point until I can get it fucking fixed. Okay, there we go. Yep, save quitting, fully returning to desktop fixed it. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay. I guess since I'm in the... I mean, I don't need the map, but, like, it would be nice to have the map. Nah, I'm gonna ignore it. My temptation to get the map is, not worth capitalizing on, so... Alright. Wait for that guy to just go ahead and pass us by. More or less. I forget what those guys are called specifically, but I know it's a cool-ass name. I think it's, like, Newman Riders or Common Riders or something like that in this case. Alright, luckily that magic caster didn't cast a single silly billy of a bolt at my butthole. I wouldn't have been surprised, but also at the same time, I mean, I still would have been annoyed. Okay. Not this one. Is this one worth anything? Damn, that is not a good graveyard to loot. Not really, at least. Like, it could have been worse. I mean, there's literally only one wolf guarding it at the end of the day. I'm wondering, actually, because I didn't really try this last time, but the graveyard that we come across that's down here, I guess I could try to, I could try, in theory, to use Kukri strats and see if the Kukri will help me make the graveyard clear out a little bit more while I'm looting it, at least. Okay. 3 wolves up there. Did aggro them. Okay. It doesn't really make the graveyard safe per se, because there's obviously this one wolf over here. But I can come in here, collect that small pile of cash, and apparently that one wolf is just decidedly not interested in me at all. Still not really worth looting that entire graveyard, but, like, again, it's kind of crazy, the sheer power of Kukri. Unironically, it's really kind of crazy just how strong stealth tech is in this game. I do not mind at all. I think it's really fucking fun. It kind of completely turns what it is to play Elden Ring or Soulsborne on its head in such a firm way. And it's just cool, in my opinion. Okay, so last time I was in this position, I decided to go and kill Kennethite a little sooner than later. I think I'm actually going to leave him alive for the time being, because what I want to do instead is I think I want to go up and empty out the location so I can just go in there and get the cookbook and everything for free. I don't have any money for this guy yet, unfortunately, but he will probably be important. Yeah, you know, he'll probably be important. I mean, these are 200 apiece, everything. Fuck it. I'll go ahead and buy these now since I'm here. Why not? No, the lilies will be useful. Alright, cool. Still just kind of picking up shit whenever I see it on the ground like that, just because, honestly, I think it kind of barely presents value to me, and it's enough value that it's, you know, there's not really risk involved with it. It's just kind of reward. So it's like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Is pretty much the thinking. Alright, there's my one smithy too. Gorgeous. Okay. Alright, so honestly... I still really don't think that that was the safest way I could have gone about that, but honestly, fuck it. We get away with those. So, yeah, we get away with those. Cool. Awesome. Caelid, I would say, is still easily enough on the menu for what we're going to be doing. It's kind of hard to avoid Caelid, frankly, just because there's a lot of shit in Caelid that, I mean, it does provide a decent amount of value to us, so we kind of do need to consider it. That being said, I mean, there's still obviously not too much shit in Caelid that's, like, horribly valuable to us, so we don't really need to overdo it there. It's a lot of just getting in, getting out, and getting the fuck out. Okay, there was a tree right over here, I believe, that has root resin, and I thought there was one more spot of root resin. There we go. Ooh, not too shabby. I actually got, like, a decent pile of root resin there. Nice. Alright, avoid the bears. We don't fuck around with them. Ooh, more root resin. Okay. Damn, yeah. Let's go ahead and go get our Kenneth height on. And like I said, I'm not going to kill him outright. I'm going to wait to murder him until a little bit later. Beautiful. Okay. Instead, what we're going to go ahead and do real quickly here is, since we're running past him and everything, we're going to go and activate his quest line, so that way he teleports over to whatchamacallit. We don't really need his seed, frankly. His seed is not required for this run. There we go. I believe that was enough talking to get him to do what we want him to do. I don't remember if you have to go and talk to him a second time after you go and kill the commander of the of Fort Height. I believe you do, but we'll find out either way. Beautiful. A little bit of extra money. And I think we could also probably go loot the graveyard that's on the other side of this little ravine here. That would also probably be a not so bad idea. So. Alright, hopefully no dragonflies take note of us. Didn't really seem like they did, which is good. Cool. Go ahead and put that right there, and then let's go ahead. I guess, I mean, nah, let's keep it to Limgrave for right now. We can do Caelid once we're done in this area for the most part, but I think for right now, let's just go ahead and keep it here. Oh my god, I forget how annoying these balls can really be. They're not that bad at the end of the day. It's just kind of one of those things of like, damn, do they love to run. Alright, luckily these wolves are essentially just, literally just here for the sake of being fucking funny and silly. So we don't have to think about them much. Alright, 2 Kukuri left. We could probably technically use a Kukuri once we get to Fort Faroth. And that probably wouldn't be a terrible place to use a Kukuri. I guess I could also wall him here, since I already have a turtle talisman. It's not a terrible plan. really, OBS? We're shit in the bed already. Very nice. Thanks, OBS. Alright, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, I'm going to go ahead and real quickly take this as an opportunity to... unfortunately, it's kind of annoying. It's just the way. Alrighty, there we go. That should be fixed. Give or take like a handful of seconds that it gets fucked up by. Unfortunately, it's just kind of the weather right now being what it is, as I think the real through line of it. There's not really an easy way of getting around that and fixing it, so you just kind of have to eat it as is. So. I guess while we're here and I have the stone sword key, fuck it, let's just go ahead and do this now, because it really takes me no time. And I'm already kind of... You know what? No, I said I wasn't going to go into Caelid. And I said I wasn't going to go into Caelid this way. This way is honestly just a bit too dangerous to go into Caelid. So, no, we're not going to do it. That is a stupid mistake waiting to happen, is what that is. Okay, cool. How are we doing on lilies? We have 7 lilies already, actually. We're pretty good on lilies, actually, then in that case. We don't really need more. Assuming that Godskin Duo goes exactly the way that it should, the amount that we need for that fight is not much at all, so... I don't exactly need these right now, but fuck it, we're here. I'll take it. And... I mean, I'd like the cracked pot, but at the same time, I don't really think I need a cracked pot just yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. Plus, this merchant's a little... I think they're a little expensive. Obviously not by a lot, but still, just enough. I grab that. Beautiful. More Smithy 2s. I do want this Grace in particular, because this is my access to Alexander, and it's also my access to the Blue Dancer Charm. Which, the Blue Dancer Charm especially will be important for later, but at least for right now, it's really just covering the one requirement, so, yeah.
Can you hear me? Help me. I'm stuck.
Unfortunately, if I had more damage, I would... If I had enough damage to, like, properly kill Alexander, like, fast enough, then we would probably do Alexander right this minute, but I don't have enough damage for him, and that is not a fight I should be risking it for, so, yeah. I forgot they had little chain traps like that there. Okay, cool. Alright, access to Bernal has been installed. Beautiful. At this point, we can just kind of keep moving on here. I believe this item right here is just fire arrows. That was not the item. That's the item. Yeah, fire arrows. Okay. Not really that useful at the end of the day for me, but like, hey, fuck it, we're in the area, so. And I'm not going to use arrows. It's just more or less, in this case, I would prefer to not use arrows. I know there was like a handful of attempts, or a handful of situations, like the very first attempt, that we did use arrows. More than anything, it's just in this case, like, hey, we will when we want to, but otherwise, no. Okay. Trying to think of what our next step is here. I need the strength tier that's over this way. Actually, you know what? Now I'm suddenly questioning, why again am I thinking of using the katana? Why am I thinking of using the katana? I don't really... Shit, I don't actually think I have a firm enough reason as to why I want the katana to... Because in this case, I mean, we literally just take the weapon that we just got, the, We're pretty much just going to be using the, whatchamacallit here, the flail to go ahead and go kill, bulls. Which, bulls, we already have some bleed grease, so we can pretty much do that. Oh, that's what I was thinking. Katana, in this case, would have been useful for the captain of Fort Height. That would have been the one circumstance that would have come to mind for it, but otherwise, I don't know. I don't really see a purpose to using it, otherwise. I think for right now, why don't I go prioritize getting balls? Because once I get balls and I level them up ever so slightly, I think once we have our balls leveled up, at that point then, I can just use leveled up balls to kill Alexander. And then with Alexander dead, I'll have the talisman that increases my my Ash of War damage. And then at that point, then Fort Heights should be relatively just a cakewalk. So, all that being said, literally just overthinking is what I would say that sounds like, but yeah. Yeah, it does in fact just sound like a whole lot of overthinking. Well, I think you can just go around this way, right? Oh, there's bats here, though. Yeah, that would be a reason to avoid that. Okay. Something for me to keep in mind next time. I don't really see the bats aggroing fast enough in most cases, but the fact that they do have their one ranged attack can make them a little teensy bit scary, just because of that. So. Pretty confident that cookbook is almost worth, like, jack dick in this case, but fuck it, we're here, so. I just realized I think we have more Smithy 2s than we actually had our first playthrough at this point. Which kind of makes our job just that teensy bit easier. You know, I love the little bit of a lag spike there on top of the fact that with that, I also almost had that one wolf decide to fucking attack properly. That was really cool. I was really happy. Okay, well that's fucking fitting for Torrent. Okay. Still enough of a reason to come over here and get the tier from this church, just because it's, I mean, kind of barely in the way. So, fuck it. I know at the end of the day, collecting all the Roa fruit, frankly, really doesn't provide me almost anything in terms of, like, total runes. But I mean, I would be lying to myself if I said it's never saved me before in terms of, like, giving me just enough to make certain things happen. It is 110% done that for me, so... Realized chat got reset too because of that. Okay, there we go.
You're surprised no matter. Why don't?
Okay, cool. That's more 2s right there. Gorgeous. We're even closer to what we need for the Smithy 1s. I could honestly probably keep buying Smithy 1s whenever I come across them, just cause it's really not that expensive. And frankly, right now, just a +3 on a majority of what we're using early game, I think in this case it's probably worth the extended effort. Especially considering it's like the cheapest levels to go through. So, fuck it, why not? I'm not going to worry about leveling the flail just yet. We're going to worry about that once we're closer to our target. So... no. No, good. I already got that grace, so we're just going to do it that way then. If I end up needing to go out of my way to go get the Faith Talisman, I can do it relatively safely from that grace. So. Useless cookbook? Useless cookbook. Yeah, obviously, like, that's not really providing me anything of genuine value. A little bit of money. And then we go ahead and collect these, like that, like this. Beautiful. And we're on our way. Alright, cool. It's a little unfortunate that the graveyard over to our right here is guarded by, frankly... Like, it's not actually a scary set of enemies, but, like, in terms of a hit list, it is, in fact, just enough of a fright that unfortunately, we really can't do anything about it. Like, it kind of becomes a big old GG's, get fucked. Maybe next time you'll get what you want out of it, but that otherwise is just kind of our luck on it. Item right there. Don't need that item, but fuck it. It's there anyways. Oh, the crab has done weird RNG. That is not very cash money of him. Please don't fall on my head. Please don't fall on my head. Okay, the number of times I've seen the crab actually walk away from that body is not many. Fucking that time and maybe... You know what? No, actually that time. I don't think I've ever really seen the crab wander away from the body. Alright, cool. We're just gonna head for the map, get the map. Because unfortunately my knowledge of exactly where Mr. Bools and Raya actually are on the map is still, like, semi-lacking. Like, I can see his shack from right here, but that doesn't exactly mean I know exactly where they are. Wait, how the fuck did I not collect the map while I was here, dumbass? The lake is, like, just terrifying enough because of the random crabs and the random lobsters. Especially the random lobsters, honestly. Like, if it weren't for the random lobsters, it probably wouldn't be nearly as bad as it actually is, but, well, they fucking do exist for a reason. I +1'd my mace last time. In theory, I don't have to do that. But I'm still gonna do it anyways, because why would I not do that for the simple sake of... Like, it cost me no time to go do this real quickly, and the +1'ing of it, I mean, isn't doing a lot, but hey, it technically does something. So, fuck it. That's a little bit more expensive than one would guess. Alright, there we go. +1 upgraded ever so slightly. We don't technically have to kill Boyle or Balls that quickly, but, well, he's here, and I need my weapon. I need my Balls. Beautiful.
God damn it. Why ain't it real?
I don't know, buddy.
Why ain't it ever?
I don't know. Sad fate for the sad man. Anyways, we have our balls, and we also have Raya's necklace, Gorgemus, Now we can go ahead and go get the Grace over here. Well, I guess actually we don't even technically need the Grace. We could just go get Raya. But I was considering in this case doing Red Feathered, just because Red Feathered wouldn't actually be too hard for us to get. And at the same time, Red Feathered kind of provides us a decent enough value. Did I run the wrong way? Somehow I ran the wrong way, which is kind of impressive. I was gonna say, she's definitely not guarded by multiple prawn. That is not a thing. Oh my goodness. Please pop the skull, thank you. That feels wrong too, admittedly, but fuck it, we'll take it. Yeah, I mean, in this case, like, right over there is the spawn point for the one Deathrite bird. And in this case, if you just have some ritual pots, it's cake. It's literally cake. You just toss ritual pots on its head, and it dies, and it's wonderful. Right, I didn't mean for this to happen so quickly, but fair enough.
I've been testing you.
I don't
to
think...
determine if the Elden ring, if you had... It seems torrent, whereas I may... There is, but I can take gathering.
I don't think you can use, I don't think you can use the flail on, Bernie. I'm willing to bet that Bernie does not die to that very easily. Just because he might actually have just enough poise to avoid dying to it properly. But otherwise, I mean, you know, we could probably just Giants hunt him to death, and that'd probably be just fine. So, I'm gonna give the Uchi one level up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just invest in the balls at this point. And we're also gonna go ahead and invest a little bit in some level ups, because fuck it, why not? There we go. We don't have enough yet for the next tier of Iron Ball leveling. But in this case, honestly, +4s against the Crystallian. And that just gives us direct access to leveling up our weapons up to +6. Yeah, that's kind of worth something, I would say. And go ahead and pop some souls here, level up a little bit. And then we're going to go take care of Fort Height. There we go, a little bit more strength. Beautiful. We're gonna go buy a handful more of the kukri. And with those kukri, we should be cooking pretty well.
Trade again.
Right, I forgot he also had one of these in his inventory. Yeah, fuck it, I'll buy it off him right now, why not? Couple more of those. And sure, I'll buy another one of these off of him.
You will.
Honestly, with that in mind, I could probably level up the katana up to a +2. Again, probably not really doing me, like, a shit ton of favors, but I am kind of considering it, just because it wouldn't be terrible. There we go. We have our bow equipped. Uchi. I have yet to kill Alexander, and I guess I could go kill Alexander at this point. You know, let's go see if this is good enough for Alexander. Let's go see if this is good enough for Alexander for right now. It might be. +4 balls is honestly kind of a lot. So, in theory, flask already set up the way that it should be? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Alright, in that case, I'm going to go dammies on this, because I want to kill him as quickly as I can, and hope for the best.
I at these. I just give and I'll don't dally. Give it your all, I say.
Gosh,
Oh, that. Well, I. What are you playing at? Wait, I see. How could this? Was my whole existence just?
Yeah, that dragonfly right there that's buzzing around like that, that's the one asshole I'm worried about. Not even Alexander, which luckily we killed Alexander quite easily, so yay for that. Perfect. Okay, that's a 11% damage buff towards any of our Ash of War attacks, which, yeah, that'll be cooking. Okay. Also, I equip that for the strength bonus. There we go. Let's go do Fort Height. Let's get Fort Height off the menu. I wonder if I should maybe make myself like a checklist or something of that variety, just for the sake of having that as an option. Now, you might wonder why I'm choosing to use the katana over the balls for the time being. It's mainly because when it comes to the katana, the unsheathed skill is just faster, and it has a lot more like base poise damage. So that would be the reason why. That would be 110% the reason why. I don't know if this guy can properly spot me from over here, but I'm willing to guess that he could if I don't play this right. Okay. Alright, looks like I got away with it. Gorgeous. There we go. That's ultimately what I wanted. Alright, so last time I did this, I used arrows for this part right here. And I think I'm going to keep that consistent. Because there's just a handful of enemies here that I otherwise would prefer to use bow and arrow for. So. Two rats here? There were two rats here, yeah. Alright, there's the two guys that are up top here. Beautiful. Now, I think there's one more guy that's up top here, but he has not yet walked his cheeks out. Kind of just teleported there, admittedly, which was kind of annoying of him. Like I said before, I'm not really here to use the bow for, like, absolutely everything, but it is useful. Okay, beautiful. That's essentially my Fort Height clear. Now I can go ahead and get the... I think it's one smithy, too, that's chilling over here. It might actually be a smithy 1, but we'll find out. Okay, alright, smithy 1. Not really useful, but fuck it, we're here, so... Alright, let's go ahead and get our deck this half. We're going to go talk to Kenneth, and then we're going to have clear access to that one room. And yeah. Yeah, Fort Height will officially be off the menu. Cool. There we go. I think it's this Grace. Yes. Perfect. Alright. Alright, we could probably swap back into balls at this point. I am gonna probably need to start doing the Kaled run soon enough here.
Did you know? Well, I knew it. Now, go ahead. Right then, I've much. What's that look? Well, even the which is why. Just you.
There we go. We talk to him. We go back to Fort Height. Fort Height should officially be empty, I believe. If it's not empty, we'll probably need to pivot right into the katana, only because the katana just has better range. And when you're talking for multiple enemies, I would much rather be able to unsheath light attack than be using balls at this point in time. Balls and Starfists are really good for boss clearing and absolutely decimating them. Don't get me wrong, you could absolutely cook like a bastard with the Starfists and the balls on normal enemies, but you're going to probably be getting hit a lot more frequently. So, cool. Alright, there's our cookbook. Alright. Oh, weird. I thought Kenneth shows up, like, right here. Huh. Okay, odd. Maybe he shows back up after you've save quit or something like that. That's probably the case. Okay. With that done, we could probably start heading into Caelid. Let's start doing Caelid. Okay. I don't see myself needing this grace, so I think I'm gonna just ignore it. Likewise, if I really ever need to come back there for some reason, there's ways for me to do it. I literally just go back to Third Church and just teleport there from that direction, and we're fine. So... okay. Alright, as I said before, I don't really see myself needing that grace. I guess in theory, something I could maybe do here is I could throw a Kukri a little early here. Because if I hit the dragon with the Kukri, that was not at all what I was fucking expecting. That was... what the fucking bullshit was... okay, never mind. We're never Kukriing the dragon again. That... that was the most asinine fucking RNG... I have never seen the fucking dragon do double tail whip like that. That was bad. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that should not have gone well for us. We barely got away with that. A little bit of money. A little more money. Easy bit of money. Okay. That was bad. That was just bad. Okay. There we go. I don't reasonably know if the lightning and the Fulgur Bloom spawn can actually hit you. I know one of these days I'm gonna find out, but like... yeah, one of these days I'm gonna find out, probably. It's gonna kinda suck. I guarantee it. Okay, so kind of with how this run is really functioning, and I think overall with my build plan being what it is, I think if we do end up getting Somber Stones, I can probably just sell them off as extra money. Because I don't really see a Somber being a weapon for this run at all. At least for the most part. It really isn't showing itself to be something I want to use. So we're probably not going to end up doing it. More than likely. Hop up here. So, Celia Crystal Tunnel, we might actually be going to that one. I'm not entirely sure if I want to be doing that, but like at the same time, it might be an option for us. Dependent. Entirely dependent. My best thinking on it, from what I have done on research in this case, is that while we could end up getting those handful extra Smithy 5s, which I did at this point find more or less the Smithy 5s we would need to fully max out. Do I need to go down there? I guess I don't. Like, I get a Smithy 9 out of it, which the Smithy 9 is worth a decent chunk of change, but I don't really know if that's worth the effort of it. Okay. Something I didn't do last time that might potentially be useful is I'm going to get the Grace that's right over here. Here's something I'm really not too sure of. Normally, I just kind of hard press route right through about right here, I think. There's one dog right there. There's likely going to be one dog, maybe two dogs that aggro to us in the grand scheme of things. Or not a single fucking one, and we will take that. That is perfect. That is awesome. Okay, cool. Just gonna double check here. That one is like last minute deciding that he wants to aggro. And it's kind of fucking stupid, but sure, alright. But we really came here just for that Beast Torch. And that Beast Torch will allow us to go through Fort Faroth a little bit safer in the grand scheme of things. So, that's why we did that. The Beast Torch pretty much just genuinely does exactly what it says it does, which is it makes enemies not want to attack you, or at least beast-like enemies. So, it doesn't need to be directly equipped, it just needs to be in your offhand for the effect to actually be active. So, it's still a little bit risky just running through here, but I've done it literally so many times that usually just works. So normally it doesn't work in the cases of I get fucking memed, but otherwise it usually works. So is this a rune arc or is this money? Ah, it's neither. It's fucking useless is what it is. My favorite. Okay. Alright, so technically there's two ways we could get down to the beach. And I was kind of thinking about it, and I'm wondering if maybe it would be safer to take the alternative route. But I think, in theory, it's still technically safer for us to just go down this way at the end of the day. Just off the pure basis of technically I'm avoiding more spawns. So okay, I am questioning on whether or not I want the Grace over here. And I think the answer is no, I don't. No, I don't. Run over this way. Leave our tower should be, yep, right there. Beautiful. Alright, I still personally don't like doing this that much, because Torrent is a funny horse, and likes to do really stupid shit. But, you know, we kind of have to take those. We kind of have to take those. So. Okay. Alright. We made our way down. Walking fast. Eat some ass. Looking good. Alright, back down to the beach. I was gonna be kind of mad if that scarab fucking trucked me, but also not entirely surprised. I think we're just gonna take the safest possible option here and just run completely along the outside of this beach. Run slightly through this ruins over here. Because as far as it stands last time, that did work, and it was safe enough. We didn't trigger the Melina spawn in here, so that's good. Yeah, honestly, yeah, that is good enough for safety, so. That... Kind of want to avoid the deep swamp, ultimately, because I don't fucking trust it. I don't trust that I won't suddenly have something on my butthole. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and avoid that, like the plague, as we probably should in the first place. That is a scary enemy, and we do not want to fuck around with them. I believe there was Smithy 4s here? Yeah, Smithy 4s. Okay, 1 Rune Arc. Rune Arc's unfortunately not really that useful to us right now, so meh, but still. That actually went really well. That went really good. Hey, bonjour. And what boss are we going to do next? We actually haven't done the first boss of this run in particular right now. This is still pretty much just set up right now. Okay. Alright, let's go down to Redmane. Once we're down to Redmane, we can go ahead and get Cragblade. And I think at that point we're pretty close. We're pretty close to good. So. Yeah. Yeah, it's the classic Elden Ring 30-40 minutes worth of setup before you start engaging the actual bosses when you're doing a challenge run. Not that I personally mind, I actually really just enjoy the catharsis of running around like this and doing all the pickups and doing the setups. I've always kind of just enjoyed the shit out of that, which is why I probably dig Dark Souls 1 as much as I do, so. Alright, should be just safe to just kind of dart across here, I believe. Yeah, because these lads pretty much just prioritize murdering the dogs anyways, so we're fine. We're okay. Don't really need those mushrooms, but fuck it, we'll take it. Alright, like this. We're gonna go ahead and go up and kill the scarab. Am I aggroed? I am not aggroed. Beautiful. Okay, cool. I'm not saying I want to sit here and just wait for some money to pour into my pockets, but also this is just free money at the same time. So, like, I don't want to say no to it, but... okay. Alright. Thinking about next steps here. I think our next step is to go back here and go deal with the Crystallian. I believe that is our next step. That'll help us get our balls up to a +6. And at a +6, we can go ahead and probably go nuke Margit, more than likely. Oh, I also need to go get Golden Vow while I'm thinking about it. Let's go ahead and turn that off, because I don't need that anymore. Unfortunately, I don't know specifically where the cave is over here. I just know that it's over there. So, I guess in this case, I'm just gonna ping a spot in the map and hope for the best. I just barely well enough know where the cave is that I want to go to. But I definitely... I don't go to these caves very often, considering when randomizers happen. When you're doing randomizers, you don't really have to think about stuff like that at all anymore, which is nice, but it can also create some problems on the back end. Ooh, flowers. No, 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 no. Not those flowers, at least. I don't think that gazebo's gonna have anything in it that I want. Well, I mean... like, that is the gazebo that I think takes you over to, takes you right over to EG. I would like to get the Grace that's right next to this. We get that Grace, and then we can go ahead and move along. I think. That sounds like a good plan. It's not this ruin. I think it's the next ruin here. Gotta be careful, though, because the aggro... I know the bird spawns in close to here. There's a deathrite that spawns in pretty damn close. Alright, activate that. Beautiful. Actually, that kind of lined us up a little bit better anyways, because now we're closer to the absolute jelly belly forest here. And I know for a fact that our Crystalline Cave is right next to these jellies. So I'm liking how this run has been going so far, though. It's felt very, like, well thought out, at least for the most part. There's definitely obvious things that we probably could plan better, or maybe even skim a little harder on. But I mean, for the most part, it's been well thought out, and it has a lot of promise, as is. So, and keep in mind, like, we haven't really done a shit ton of practice runs. Like, I know we're not really into the bossing yet, but, like, I think I'm pretty well versed on a majority of the bosses in this game, that I can also say, like, once we get into the bossing, we should be relatively okay. There's, like, a handful of bosses that give genuine cause for alarm, but we don't really have to think about them as much. I forget if there is a stone up there, but I don't really think it matters to us. Not really. The one thing I did forget to do here was I did forget to swap my Ash of War on my balls. And unfortunately, because I don't have the Wet Blade for it, I can't just do it. So, there's that. And on top of that, Braggart's not really that good. So, there's that. Iron Ball is +4, though. Frankly, should probably... that should be just fine. We should be able to do the job against the Crystalline here and not really have to think about it too much. I'm trying to think if there's any extra stones that are in this cave that are worth going after. And, like, in theory, yes. Do I have to kill that old man? No. Did I want to kill him? Kind of. This is a little bit of extra money, too. Alright, up here, and up there. Beautiful. What a crazy place for them to put a stone, by the way. Like, it really... I don't know, like, I like the fact that there is a stone right there, but, like, it does feel almost silly, the fact that there is one the way that it is right there. So... okay. Right, steal that man's stone, beautiful. And just keep running. For the most part, we're probably just gonna be bolting it through this cave system anyways, because we don't really want to be here for any longer than we have to. This isn't exactly safer, but I think this gives us access to just a small amount of something that's worth our time. It's a small amount of something worth our time. Barely worth our time, actually. Steal that man's smithy too. Beautiful. Alright, last time I did murder these old men... nah, fuck it. I'm not gonna do it. I was considering doing it, and only because it would have technically provided us, I think, a handful of Smithy 3s. Okay, they're fucking shooting. They're shooting. You motherfucker, you! Hang on. What fucking bullshit is that? I've never seen that motherfucker run all the way up there like that just to What a stupid way to lose a first hit. What a dumb way to lose a first hit, I swear. That one just kind of pisses me off, actually. That's so stupid. Stagger, beautiful. Honestly, Randall, like that one was just so stupid, right? Like that was dumb. That was dumb on top of dumb, honestly. Oh, that feels fucking awful. That's such a stupid fucking way to get hit. I guess it just means that next time I do this, I just can't fucking sit around there. I don't honestly know what that one means, but it means clearly I can't just stand for very long. So. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, in theory, we don't get hit much more, but we'll see. 6 of these, I need 4 more. And then we're into our +3s. And we're probably going to level our balls up. More or less, we're going to probably get our balls up there pretty hefty to begin with. I do need a dagger for Golden Vow. Yeah, I do need a dagger for Golden Vow. And I think in this case, I was considering getting the rapier in order to put whatchamacallit on it. But we have the Erdtree dagger, actually. That could cover the same need. So we'll see. We'll see. Alright, go and do that for now. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get our balls set up for Margit, and we can go ahead and go blast the shit out of Margit. It's gonna be a little hard, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, to pivot too early into the Zwei. But I do want the Zwei to happen sooner than later, grand scheme of things. Alright, we're able to get our balls up to +7. Gorgimus. Go ahead and crag our balls. Is standard better on here for right now, or... Okay, so heavy's not a lot better, but it is slightly better. So I guess we'll be doing that for right now. Let's go ahead and sell a bunch of our money here. And oh, I forgot to set up the dagger, so I need to go ahead and do that real quickly before we book it. All right, we do that. Nah, honestly, just strength, for right now. All right, balls in that hand, dagger in that hand. How much do we need for the Erdtree to have its? We need 14. Okay. In that case, I don't know if it's really worth it to use the Erdtree as a secondary for buffing. Oh! Right! I need to actually go and get Golden Vow. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I think technically War Masters is our best option to go to get Golden Vow. I think so, at least. Alright, hopefully we don't hit the triple wolf spawn again. Doesn't sound like we did. I'm gonna be really mad if we end up getting essentially hitless, and that is our one hit that claimed it. That would be mildly insulting. Beautiful. And beautiful. Fucking cooked. Instantaneously. Okay. Golden Vow acquired. let's go ahead and go back to Hugh. When we get back to Hugh and get our Golden Vow on our dagger, I am going to real quickly step away for half a minute. But it shouldn't take terribly long.
Well, I took you no matter out your own.
There we go. Golden Vow on the dagger. Awesome. Cool. Alright, that has been done. In terms of damage, I believe enhanced charge attacks is still our best option right this minute. Once we have the actual ability to use the green turtle talisman, we'll be doing that. Once we have enough damage, we'll probably go and melt, I think it's Maggie. Whatever the demi-human is for the ritual sword. Yeah, I think that's probably the plan right now. I could probably use a couple more Kukri, grand scheme of things, but I think I might hold off for right this minute. Because, I mean, like, I need them, but I also technically don't. And I think we're not too far off from wanting to set up to go and murder the shit out of what's-his-face. So, yeah, we do have that probably coming up here soon. Actually, we probably want to go ahead and do that sooner than later now that I'm thinking about it, because I want to go ahead and get him murdered, so I can go ahead and get Assassin's Gambit. In the grand scheme of things. But I'm going to real quickly go on over to the Grace right before Margit, and then we're going to Margit. I think our Margit fight should be better than it was last time, in theory. I don't remember what we were at last time overall for Margit, but I want to imagine it should technically be better. Crossbow lad tries to shoot me. Adorable attempt. We completely ignore all of them and fucking bolt. Alright, will you guys, like, de-aggro after a certain point? No? Alright, I'm just gonna warn you guys, if you come this way, I will murder you. Yeah, that's right. You back away nice and slow, like, okay? Yeah, see? Fucking asshole. This fucking guy turning around as if he's gonna come fight me. Fucking jackass. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, I'm gonna step away for just a second here, and then we're gonna go ahead and take on our first boss. Or, well, first real boss. So, kind of thinking about it, something that maybe we could potentially do to help with our expenditures is if we went to Liurnia and we went over to where EG was, and actually even if we took the fast track over to EG, especially considering I just got this side of Grace right here, we go to EG, and from EG, there's a bunch of balloons that are worth 600 apiece. That potentially might cover some of our cost. I'm not sure I really care to do that right this minute, But also, I'm kind of thinking, like, fuck it. Like, that would be a lot of money, actually. Because I think there's, like, 6 balloons there, so... I mean, 3,600 isn't a shit ton, but also, at the same time, when you need money, yeah, kind of hard to ignore that. Especially considering right now we're essentially flat and broke, except for what we have on our body. So, there's that. The lake does have plenty of spots where you could probably go to and get the, like, free smithy stones and whatnot. But most of them, I usually think, are guarded to some extent. Enough so that it's just a little too unsafe on average to go after it if you're not comfortable doing it. But I mean, literally, like, right here, already, there's a couple that are right down there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the spot on the lake. Yeah, I think I'm going to go get the spot on the lake real quickly. And we're going to real quickly go warp. I should have gone to the Weeping Peninsula first, admittedly. But since I'm here, and since I'm doing it in this order now, I might as well do it this way now. So... What rune level are we resting at? Currently 21. We're really not that high at the moment. But admittedly, in terms of rune level, I think we're fine on that. It's more so just getting some more weapon levels kind of running for us. Having some weapons that'll do some work, right? I guess I had bow and arrow. I could have technically just used bow and arrow, couldn't I? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I could just do that, too. Okay, fuck it. When I go back there, I'll just use bow and arrow for it. It's technically safer. But I also do want a couple more kukri anyways, because, well, yeah. Go. And let's head back. Yeah, this will be safer anyways. I can just pop them from a slightly further distance. And it should, in theory, be just fine. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's more than fine. Is that gonna actually do the... I was gonna say, that might actually just be slightly too far for me. Adjusting for bow range can be kind of annoying. Just ever so slightly. Alright, there we go. Beautiful. All that cash money. Just like that, we have an easy $5 in our back pocket. 3,000. Gorgeous. And let's go real quickly, go greet EG. We're probably not going to do anything with EG right now, because, well, we don't really need to. I mean, shit, in all seriousness, we may not even do anything with EG, so we'll see. EG is kind of a back priority in this case. Really, in this case, it's more just about getting the Grace here, and also, I guess, this gets us closer to Hoarfrost Stomp, which wouldn't be bad, so... Alright, do that. Alright, here's the thing, this might be a little early to do this, but I would like to get the Zweihander, so we could go ahead and have that availability.
Back on you to this.
Alright, what do we got? 3,500 is our cost here. That's pretty fucking expensive, I'm not gonna lie. That was more money than I thought it was, wasn't it? Okay, well, fair enough. That's my bad. Yeah, I definitely forgot what the actual rune values were there. Let's I guess let's go dump that into leveling up the Zweihander with what we have. How are we doing on stones? Currently have, okay. Need a couple more in order to get up to +3 on the Zwei. Well, and 9 of those. Beautiful. We're not going to probably be able to max out the level up just yet on the Zwei, but I guarantee that this is going to be worth it just because the Zwei's raw power is disgusting. And it also just has range, frankly. It just has a majority of everything you want for a weapon. The only thing that sucks about it is that it costs a shit ton to level. Which, I mean, even then, that's not really, like, that bad of an issue. It's just kind of frustrating, I would say. Okay, cool. Alright, balls are at a 7 right now. Don't have enough 3s yet to move the balls up further, but we'll see if we really want to do that even, because we may not even want to do that. Especially considering once we make it up to Altus Plateau, we really don't have to do anything like that, actually, at that point. Oh, you know what, actually, wait, what am I doing? We don't have to go fight Margit yet. We could, at this point in time, we could go essentially over to here, deal with the lake dragon. I'm gonna start from Boyle's Shack, and we're gonna go from there, I guess. Yeah, because we don't have to do that yet. We could go ahead and keep questing along here and get to Altus Plateau, which is probably better for us in the grand scheme of things. Is that the lobster-infested one? Yes, it is. Okay. I think that's a bunch of +3s in there, or like 3 +3s, but still not worth the fucking... It's just not worth it. There's a Grace right here. I don't really want it or need it. I wonder if I'd be in the right for going after Blood Flame. I mean, it is right there. Fuck it. You know what? Blood Flame, why not? Let's get Blood Flame real quickly, just because it really doesn't cost us any time. Beautiful. Yeah, getting Blood Flame is definitely worth it for the most part, I would say, so I can't really complain about that one. I'm also considering going up there to fight that Erd Tree, because that Erd Tree would probably be reasonable enough that we could kill it, get the money off of it, and be slightly richer because of it. So, same thing with, I forget if this is Adula, but I think Adula. Adula here would not be a terrible fight. We could probably get away with it pretty reasonably. I don't know if our current level for our weapon is enough to, like, roast the dragon alive, but, I mean, even at a +6, I think, for balls, we would probably be doing enough work here that it would be fine. Alright, hop through the hole, gorgeous. And not that I really need to, but I think I'm going to run over here. Because there's a handful of 3s, I think, in this next little whatchamacallit here. And, like, I don't need them, but it wouldn't suck. There we go. Alright, key has been acquired. We can go ahead and warp on out of here once we lose aggro. Once we lose aggro. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and take the gate, get across the bridge, and that'll give us multiple positions of which we can work with, which is not too shabby. I'm wondering if at this point... I might go try and fight that Erdtree avatar sooner than later. So we can get a little bit of money in our pockets, and in theory, if we can get our... I feel more comfortable using a +6 Y against the Knight Rider that we have to deal with over here. So if we get a +6 Y with Cragblade on it, I think we're cooking pretty well. Not sure in this case if it's... I think we essentially just need to avoid going to Mount Gelmir, or the Manor. So essentially we just have to deny the Raya invitation until we're ready for it. So I think that might end up being the plan here. I think we're going to go to Altus now, because we already have the pieces for it. We can do that pretty easily. Do I really need the... I got a +4 flask. I don't really think I need a further upgrade to my flask. Not really, at least. I'm pretty confident the +4 fills my my FP bar without trying. So... Oh, shit. Right, I forgot there's a bunch of bats under there. It's not that bad, luckily, but still. Alright, right on past. Right on down. And... right on over to the main gate. Gorgeous. Okay, cool. This dragon grease, I can almost always attest to the fact that I just never fucking use it for anything other than literally selling it. I don't know if Dragon Moon Grease actually has like a genuine value in Elden Ring, but it really doesn't feel like it does. It feels pretty fucking useless, admittedly. So. Alright. This will get us access to a lot of shit, actually, now I'm thinking about it. This is our up to +12ing. This is our... Ritual Sword Talisman. This is also getting us access to, obviously, Mount Gelmir Manor at this point. Oh. Did I not... No, I didn't finish Raya's quest. Okay, I need to still remember to do that then. Okay. Because I do want to make sure she teleports up here. I don't want to make that mistake. So let me real quickly go run over there and make sure she gets her necklace back. Which is funny, because I ended up getting the Scenic Isle Grace, and I never actually gave her her fucking necklace. That's great. That's awesome. Real efficient gameplay here.
Rather, my mistress, I was a... Could I ask that thug only if you've... Oh, to bless a thug, please. Please. Oh, thank you, kind. Did I forget? I see you are very to steady such, please. For most time, you are a volcano.
Okay, there we go. Dialogue mesh, gorgeous. Now, in this case, I think what I want to do here is... I want to go back over to Grand Lift, ride the Grand Lift up, because I don't think she'll teleport unless you take the Grand Lift. So, we have to take it again. Likewise, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, but this will at least guarantee that she's where we want her to be. So, yeah. It should be over to our left. She is not over to our left. What if I save quit? Play of the game. Yeah, no joke, right? Okay, we'll take that ride again, because it is important and kind of imperative that she does actually show up there, for all that it's worth. Like, well, I mean, like, we kind of barely... Nah, I can't lie. There was definitely some sections in our first playthrough where having Assassin's Gambit made a huge fucking difference for us, so... It is kind of important. It is kind of important. Alright, either way, at least at this point, we literally just ride until we make it to our next major destination. So, also, I did check and see what this beast up here gives you, and in this case, while it isn't exactly the most useful thing in the world, it is +6s, and those +6s, and assuming you get a weapon of +15, at least at that point, then I think it's enough to get you up to a +17. So, I mean, it's something. Like, it's definitely something. So. So, we might end up killing this Falling Star Beast. Completely ignore that bastard. We don't have time for that. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Grab the map, and then we are on our way. I think our +7 balls are enough to kill the gremlins in the cave. So I don't think that's a concern. I'm pretty confident we're fine there. I'll probably end up buffing for it just because I can, and, like, why risk the biscuit, I guess. Like, strike damage should be more than enough to completely nuke them senseless, but still, probably should prep. Just in case things go sideways. I think there was a +5 or 2 in here too, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful. Free pickaxe, didn't need it, but fuck it, we got it now. Another free pickaxe, didn't really want it, but fuck it, we got it now. There's one +5, and I think there's another +5. I think those guys are guarding the other +5. There we go. That was safer. That was overall safer. Which one of you sons of bitches is... Oh, I thought one of you was mining. Weird, I could have sworn there were 2 +5s in here. Or at least, like, right off the rip. I'm sure that there might be more further into the cave, but... Huh. Okay, alright, that's fine. This isn't really the cave that we're going to be doing this at anyways. I just came here because, well, the bell pairing. So. Wait for that prompt to go away. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. With that done, I'm gonna say let me go after this Erd tree to get some money. Because I am lacking in cash right now. You know what, actually, maybe a doula. Maybe a doula wouldn't be that bad, grand scheme of things. Like, it's actually not that unreasonable of a fight to do, frankly. Over this way. Chug. Golden Bow. Crag on my balls. Okay, that was, slightly, like, slightly sloppier than I overall wanted it to be, but, like, it panned out for the most part, I would say. So, we'll take it. It could have probably been way fucking worse, admittedly, but, yeah, that could have been worse. Alright, let's take that. Then I also wanted to go ahead and try and do the Erd Tree over here. Only problem about the Erd Tree is, if I remember correctly, the Erd Tree does have some guards, which does make me not nervous per se, but like they can be a problem. They can be a problem. It just kind of depends on how the overall fight really goes, admittedly. So, arrow, there's one more of those guys over there, so fuck it, I'm in the area, might as well. Plus more Smithy 2s, which we'll take for free, gorgeous. Ooh, that's a bunch of archers. Please don't immediately spot me. Oh, wait, there's only one archer amongst them. I mean, it's still scary, but less. You know, it's like the difference between seeing, like, guys with, like, 6 guns versus one guy with 1 gun. I mean, it's so fucking scary, it's just, you know, maybe you might not be pissing yourself at that rate. I could have sworn he was being protected by those, like, Erd Tree Guardians here. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the tree. I mean, honestly, if it is just the tree, then... Oh, nope, I was wrong. There is one. I'm seeing him walking around right over there. Alright, as much as this stealth would be nice here, I'm just gonna bait him, and we're just gonna fight. Man, I love it when my attacks whiff, because my balls are just a little too short. Oh. I mean, okay, we'll take it. Yeah, I don't really see him do that normally. That was kind of luck. Like, how often do you see an Erdtrade Guardian not fucking do their stupid projectile spam? Not very often. Okay. Alright, that's an extra 5,800 right there. Gorgeous. Lovely. Let's take this. And I guess in this case, like I said, I kind of want to go ahead and put it into... You know what? I think I am going to put it into this Y, honestly. Yeah, this Y has earned my love. For sure. So, what is Y at right now? It's at a +2, I think, right? This Y is at a +3. So we need everything from all the 2s required. We already have all the 2s required. We need more 3s and more 4s. I think in this case, I'm not going to probably completely be able to max it out here. So let's just go ahead and do... Let's do what we can here. That's still kind of... that's not in a perfect realm of things, but... it's okay. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fine. Hey, Flake Snipes, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well tonight. Okay, let's go ahead and swap in this Y. It has been waiting its turn. And actually, with this Y upgraded, we'll be able to go get Giant's Hunt.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your own.
This is gonna get expensive pretty fucking fast. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, cool. How far along are we in this run? In this case, we're essentially about done with our setup for the most part. We're about to kind of hit that major boon of, like, a whole bunch of shit happening all at once. But yeah, it's been a good amount of setup, man. I'm not gonna hold you. Is that enough to get me over that next level up hurdle? Yes, it was. Gorgeous. Okay, cool. Alright, that's a +11. We're in the realm of the +4s now, so cool. Or, you know, we're almost at +12, my bad. I'm gonna say Y gets the love in this case. Yeah, let's go ahead and crag on our Y. There we go. And I think we're essentially ready to kick things off. Yeah, let's go handle the Knight's Cav that's over this way. And then we're gonna go ahead and probably go kill Bernie. Oh, conveniently nighttime. Awesome. Okay. Alright. Should be pretty straightforward for the most part. Should be. You know, I did fucking have to say words, didn't I? What's funny, too, is that wasn't even that hard of a rule in the grand scheme of things. I just fucked up. That was a really dumb one to fuck up, too, honestly. It just was. It just was. That was stupid. That was really stupid. That was bad on my part. Sounds like a wonderful joy of Elden Ring. Spending hours creating a build just to beat a boss in 5 or so minutes. No, honestly, like, that's the thing. Is like, I do genuinely enjoy just build crafting like crazy in this game. Like, it's my favorite part to a point of, like, Like, that's what I do almost 80% of the time. I don't end up beating the game sometimes just because of it. Oh yeah, no, honestly, it's completely chill in this case for sure, Snipes. It's just, in this case, I just very often, like, comment on my mistakes because, well, when they happen, I know very well what I could have done better. In this case, a good chunk of what I'm kind of working off of right now is de-rusting. Because I did take, like, a fairly decently long break from Elden Ring. I came back and did a Stranded run in the DLC, and then after that, I decided I wanted to start doing hitless runs, because, you know, why not? Okay, that's not the runaround I needed from this guy. Sure, whatever. Beautiful. Okay, that's a bit better. That is actually definitely a bit better. I gotta stop taking jumping attacks against the Knight's Cav, because very often they will punish very quickly for doing that, and it is bad. And end your life. Beautiful. Okay, cool. It could have been better, but we have Giant's Hunt, and now we have access to leveling up our Zwei up to a plus 12, which is pretty cool. So, we're going to go ahead and get the plus 12. We're going to go kill Bernie, and then we're going to go ahead and go make sure we get the bell bearing that we need to pretty much guarantee that we get Assassin's Gambit. Pretty much the idea. Actually, we may not have enough cash off of that, because that was kind of a low pile of cash. Yeah, we may not have enough cash here. We'll see. I think in this case we need 4 more, I believe, for this upgrade, because it's plus 12, so it's 6. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. I don't like having to consistently remind myself of that, honestly, when it comes to this. I do still complain to this day a little bit about the upgrade system for normal smithy weapons. It does feel like that just costs so much every single time. It does feel like it costs, like, so much every single time. I'm not going to be using Braggart's Roar, that's just not happening. Earthsteel Dagger, I don't really see that happening. These, not happening. And, let's see here, anything else I can sell? Probably this. Yeah, okay. There we go. We need more for 5s, that's okay, because once we get into Altus proper, we can start doing that. But for right now, at least, it doesn't matter. Ashes of War. Giant Hunt. Beautiful. Oh shit, we need to go visit Kale and purchase the crafting pouch. That's okay. That's no worries. Only problem is I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get enough money to do it. I don't see myself using boluses, so I'm gonna assume no to boluses. You know, those Roa stacks really came in handy this time. Turns out it was worth something. Man, I love picking up all the Roa humanly possible. It does pay off for something. Alright, some blood grease, gorgeous. Go ahead and swap this out with blood grease. And then we are off to see Mr. Bernal to go and put him in an early grave. I think we should be okay here. Please be right there. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Bernal. Buff, buff, blood grease. and top off. Okay.
Suppose I have no choice then. Is this what grace would have of us? You are an enigma.
There we go. Beautiful. Easy Bernie kill.
The volcano manor.
Other than the fact that he started off with, like, having whatever the hell that was to begin with, that did scare me ever so slightly. That scared me just a little bit. Because he very well could have chosen to do anything other than drinking his flask, and that would have sucked. So. Forget what the name was, but was a Blood Twin Blade. Was so fun using the Ash of War. The bleed was insane on it. I think it's Eleanor's Pole Blade. I think that's the one you're thinking of. It looks like Darth Maul's lightsaber. Because if so, yeah, that's the one. And yeah, it does look insane. It looks really cool. Okay. Bernie's dead. Let's go back to Dectus. And let's go see if Raya is where we want her to be. She should be. Sick weapon. Definitely a sick weapon. It's a very, very cool weapon, for sure. You know, we do have the stone sword. We could go get, we could go get our +5s knocked out. In theory. It wouldn't be a dumb idea. Also, I know we have the Grace at the top here already, but I kind of want to try to guarantee that Raya spawns in here. And I'm not sure why she's not showing up here. Did we forget to talk to her enough times? Is that what the issue is? I really wouldn't be surprised if that's what the issue is. It totally could be. We're not doing this at nighttime. Hell no. Alright, that. That could be the issue here. It could just be the fact that I forgot to talk to her, like, 2 more times or something. Who knows? FromSoft quest lines. Exhaust the dialogue. Exhaust the dialogue. Oh, she's not there. Okay. Well, she better be at the top of this fucking Altus Plateau. Because I'm getting tired of looking for her. Watch it end up being something stupid like, oh, you have to watch her disappear in order for her to disappear. It totally could be the case, in all seriousness. I wouldn't be fully surprised. Okay. Why is Raya not here? Why is Raya not here? What the hell? What the fuck? I gave Raya her thing, and I have the invitation. Right? I have the invitation. Yeah, I have it right here. Oh, you know what it could be? It could be maybe I have to... Maybe I have to beat a rune boss? Maybe that's it. Maybe a remembrance boss needs to die first before she'll spawn in there. That could be it. Huh. Admittedly, that's kind of annoying. But... have I run any other Soulsborns before? Yeah, no, actually, pretty much all of them. Other than Sekiro, which admittedly I don't really view Sekiro as a Soulsborne, but I mean, I've played it before, just, it's not particularly like the one I hop to, every single time. Yeah. Otherwise, yes, I have definitely run them all. Okay. Alright, if Raya's not going to be there, then I guess we're going to go ahead and do some other stuff for the time being. Because, I mean, we don't really need to level up our Y probably more than +12. But also, like, if we could, why wouldn't we, is kind of my thinking on it. So, yeah. How much to level? 3,100. Okay. I do not have 3,100 in my pockets right now. I don't have any runes in my pocket right now. If I could get enough money to level up one more time right now, that would be really convenient. Otherwise, we're going to have to say goodbye to that 2K in a hot minute here. I'd prefer not to, but we'll see. Actually, give or take in this case, Snipes, probably right before my break. So in this case, probably about 5 months now ago, I think, maybe at this point, 4 or 5 months now. Right before my break, I had actually done, I had done all the Soulsborns, deathless. The only one I didn't get a chance to completely wrap up was 2, and that was only because I ran into some unfortunate level, like, BS issues with streaming. The connectivity was just failing, and pretty much the stream just kind of turned to jack quality. So, do I stream often or no? I stream pretty often. I stream, honestly, pretty frequent. Very rarely do I end up taking, like, a good amount of time off. Otherwise, it's usually every other night or every other, like, 2 nights. So. But I also am probably, this year, gonna try and take some more time to... Pretty much take time to, like, do, like, actual, like, video making and whatnot. So I might end up streaming not as frequently, but in this case it's because I'm taking time to do that too. So. Okay, I guess in this case... Alright, bow's equipped. Let me go ahead and do bow. I'm actually going to keep the Zwei equipped, I think, for right now. If I remember this cave well enough, this cave has some relatively scary shit in it. And the Zwei has range on it, which we do like range, admittedly. I don't suppose this would be enough to kill this guy, would it? Well, it was enough to kill that one. Cool. Quality over quantity. Exactly, yeah. Okay. Didn't really need that fight with that guy, but he was kind of asking for it, and I kind of had to deal with him, so. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, I think he has a very firm habit of chasing you down if you don't murder him soon enough. So, yeah. Funny enough, that little explosive clump did actually do me some favors there. So that was nice. Okay, I know for a fact there's dudes in there. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and re-equip those explosive clumps. I think there's explosives in there. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That can just miss. That is not where I meant that to hit, but fair enough. Oh, he just immediately spotted me. That's fair. Hopefully the dog didn't also immediately spot me. Oh, no, 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 no. Fucking bastard. Okay. I mean, that doesn't exactly work, but... Fucking bastard. Excuse me, sir. Very fucking rude. Oh, that was such a clusterfuck. I mean, I didn't get hit, but like, there were definitely 3 or 4 times there where I just fucking hit the fucking the panicked breathing. Ugh. You know what? No, this guy does get to die. Funny enough, I think if I swap to my balls real quickly, I think the balls just to eliminate them. I am 110% sure of that fact. Yeah, that's what I thought. Aw, thank you, dude. I appreciate it. Okay, so here's hoping the lower cave system down here is not terrifying, but also it might just be terrifying. We'll have to see. Can I just have balls in my offhand right now and be fine? Yes, I can. Okay, cool. I don't really normally feel like I need to kill these guys, but like our current situation gives me reason to be scared. Because those dogs are down there, and they will fuck me up. Oh wait, right, I can just... Hookity! Okay, I don't know where the fucking dogs went, and that scares me just a little bit. Actually, legitimately scared a little bit by the fact that I don't know where the dogs have gone. There's a dog. No. God, it's crazy what the damage is comparatively. Like, balls on dog might as well have just been slapping him with my actual balls at that point. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, there we go. Alright, there's some more smithing 6s. Or, I'm sorry, smithy 5s. What are we at right now, actually? 6. Ooh. Okay, so we're already at a plus 14. That's not bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Doggies. Doggies. Neither of them took damage. Well, one of them took damage. That's my bad. That should be enough to draw all their aggro, or close to all their aggro. Cool. Where's a ladder here? Ah, the ladder's right there, which kind of terrifies me. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Dun, 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 dun. Fuck this game. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, we're getting out of here. Fuck this cave. I don't want to be here anymore, man. I don't want to be in this cave anymore. Balls on dog. Trust me, stick around. There's way crazier than that, I guarantee it. That's admittedly like a tame line on a tame day for me. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright. I'm kind of considering taking my victory and just leaving it as is, admittedly. I know I could probably go to Altus Tunnel too, and it wouldn't be a terrible time. I'm gonna real quickly try and take the lift one more time and just see if Raya spawns in. I don't know if she will, but we'll find out. It'd be kind of annoying if it was something arbitrary, like you have to walk through the Liurnia gates or something stupid like that. I would be kind of annoyed at that point. All right, Raya, be right there, please. Okay, fuck you, Raya. All right, whatever. Fuck it. I guess no Raya for us today. I'm guessing it must be the remembrance thing. That's my best possible guess at this point, but fuck it. Alright. You did not activate. Shut your bitch-ass Gollum-ass up. You did not activate. I know how you work. I don't know why this is the case, but like them plus the Kaled gargoyle, for some weird reason, their aggro just doesn't aggro properly whenever you run past them like that. It's only when you're running towards them, as far as I can tell. I mean, it's, if anything, it's kind of cool programming in a sense, if that was intentional, but if it wasn't, I don't know. I think I will go get myself over to Altus Tunnel, though. It makes enough sense to get my ball, or my Mice Y up to plus 15 sooner than later. Or try to, at least. Okay, let's see. We're at 7. Okay, cool. We only need 5 more Smithy 5s, and we will be cooking. This is an okay time to drink. They say you shouldn't drink in Horse, but frankly, I'm an expert. Does this guy sell anything worth my time? I don't think he does. Yeah, no, actually, yeah, that's pretty much useless. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, me too, man. I feel exactly the same way. Okay. Alright, let's head down to the tunnels. It really is crazy just how much fucking setup there really is to do in this game when you want to take setup, like, so damn seriously. It genuinely is funny to me. And I don't mind it, like, I think it's just a lot of fun. But what's the difference between a hooker and a vending machine? Oh no, I can only imagine the worst out of this. Is it I don't know, man. What's the difference? What's the difference, Snipes? Well, I forget if there's anything worth my time on the way down here. I don't think there is, but okay, hold this tunnel. Wait, did you already beat up Margit and Godric? Would you be surprised to hear that we're still doing setup? Oh, uh-oh. Stinky little lad. This is why. You son of a bitch! I wasn't expecting that to count for a hit, frankly, but okay, fair enough. Nothing, they don't give you your money back if you beat it? Oh, that's really bad, man. That's just bad. That's 55, gorgeous. 4 more needed. Is there a... I thought there was one there. Hello, old man. Goodbye, old man. Alright, snails. I don't really feel that intimidated by snails, but, today's an extra special day. I have to fucking check the rafters every single time going forward, honestly. Okay, I think if we cookery about right there, or these little guys will not aggro at all, that's also an option. He aggroed for that, little jackass. Beautiful. Okay. I mean, not actually beautiful in the grand scheme of things, because, like, there's a lot of this that could have been done so much better, frankly, at this point, but, we'll take what we can get. Oh, he fucking aggroed through the stairs. Of course he did. Little shit. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, 2 more gremlins to really worry about here. Really, it's mainly just Old Man Geezer. Or I could fucking whiff. That's also an option. This guy just really just... Okay, sure, yeah, he can stand his... He can stand like that. Yeah, the balls do a lot of work. Like, a lot of work. Like, unironically, the balls do probably... It's because they do strike damage, obviously, but they are genuinely... It's like the flower in the DLC. They are that weak to strike damage. It just is the case. Did not mean to do that. That was close. He almost fucking bopped me on the Basel. That would have been bad. Alright, surely there's one more Smithy 5 that I can get. That and essentially our build is more centered around, like, making heavy attacks really fucking strong. Oh, right, that asshole. This was really fucking stupid. Why did I do that? Yeah, that actually was just really fucking stupid. I should not have done that. But, you know what, learning experiences, more or less. Oh, hey, look at that, there's the final Smithy 5 that I wanted. That I could have avoided 2 hits for. Awesome. Very cool. That's what your girl says about yours. Nice. Alright, let's take what we got here, and... I guess it's time for bossing. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually time to go fight some bosses. Woohoo! Yippee! There we go. Alright, let's go level up our bad boy up to a plus 15. And then we can go and stick it up Margit's butt and do all the work in the world. And it should absolutely cake him like nobody's business. Should.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your own.
There we go, there's a plus 15. Alright, sell off. I think in this case, that'll be enough for a level up in theory. Ashes of War, go back to Cragblade. Gorgeous. The only thing we're technically missing right now, if we want it to be just that little teensy bit more juicy on this build, is fucking whatchamacallit right now. Say your brother is in front of you, your dad is behind you. You going forward or back? Well, admittedly, I don't have a brother, so I'll probably, I guess in this case, go back. Nah, let's get more strength. Fuck it. We can worry about the faith levels soon enough here, but for right now, let's not think about it. The only other thing we could do right now to further increase our total damage output by a significant amount would be going and getting Flame Grant Me Strength right this minute. But also at the same time, I mean, Flame Grant Me Strength isn't exactly required, it's just nice to have. Alright, there we go. Cool. And away we go. Alright, beautiful, nice whiff. Thank you, old man, for that whiff.
Well,
Second phase triggered.
passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in
Ah.
my veins.
And also, unfortunately, that how we're doing it on bosses in this case is if I fuck up a boss, it's just a full reset. Not a full reset, but essentially just the boss itself gets reset. That's a little disappointing that I didn't get the stagger where I wanted it there, but I mean, oh well, I guess, is kind of the motto of that one. It felt like it should have been there, but oh well. There's also some times where Margit just straight up fucking eats it and just says whatever, and, you know, you kind of have to just deal with it. Okay, I mean, sure, we'll take it. Did not mean to give him back shots, but fair enough. Anyways, he's dead. Okay. Alright, with the Margit back shots done, we can go and put on that talisman. Gorgeous. Good damage. Indeed, very good damage. With that done, I think I'm gonna go over and yet again check and see. Oh, I forgot to get the Grace first. Oh well, whatever. I need to... I don't know what the trigger is specifically for Raya spawning in over here, but she's kind of refusing, and it's kind of frustrating. Okay, she's still not there. Jesus. Okay, cool. Awesome. Right, I had a secondary goal while I was here. We're gonna go kill, Maggie. Maggie should be just fine here. She should not be a problem. I'm kind of willing to bet that in this case it'd probably be better to... whatever. Let's just use what we got, honestly. I was gonna say it might be better to do Giant's Hunt with Bleed on it for Maggie, just because it's got a hitbox that reaches up. But I think we're okay. It's a little unfortunate that the hits that I did take are otherwise really... Again, luckily, I guess I should look at it this way, is that they're really simple hits that I took. And things that if I just took a little bit more effort on in the future, it would otherwise be completely... And in certain cases, some of that stuff is not even required. It's just stuff I went for that was extra. So, you know, there's that. Anyways. Gillica! Put in the grave. Put her in the grave. There we go. That's an extra 12. Not 12k. Oh, I thought it was 12k for some reason. Oh, weird. That'll be some extra damage to work with us when we go up against Godric now. Very nice. And you know what, I guess I could take this and we could go do this Falling Star Beast and see what happens with it. The Falling Star Beast, with what we currently have, should be, like, really fucking capable, in theory. There is also the 2 Erdtree Knights that are right here, but I think I'm just going to wait for them to wander past, so I don't have to deal with their aggro. Or at least this one. I'd prefer to come back and kill them when I'm a little bit more just disgusting in damage. They're not really hard, per se, especially considering you can split up the encounter. But it is preferable to fight them one at a time. So... Alright, fuck this guy up real quickly. Alright, Falling Star Beast. You know, I thought that was a good enough roll. I was obviously mistaken. It's also one of those things of, I don't know why, it just feels like the rolls are weird to get on those. But that's, I'm gonna say it's on me. That's just on me. Still though, I think this is fine. Like, in all seriousness, I'm pretty confident this fight will not be a problem. It's just a matter of, you know, not fucking up like that. In theory, this would technically be a place for balls to cook. Where's my money gone? There's my money. I probably should, in theory, pay more attention to the Falling Star Beast, but we're here now, so... I'm a little annoyed on how that whiffed somehow, but sure, whatever you say, game. Beautiful. Not enough to stagger. Okay. There's a stagger. Weird hit there, but we'll take it anyways, because, well, yeah. I mean, what choice do we have? Alright, recrag my blade. Beautiful. Okay, the fucking gremlin showed up naturally. If I could do that a little bit better, then that's a pile of sixes just like that. Admittedly, I think we can only get one level up out of that, which is a little bit less than ideal, but, I mean, it's still one more level up that we now get to just get, right? So, that doesn't suck. And likewise, that's a bunch of money that we just earned ourselves, so that's nice too.
Well, I took you no matter to lay out your own.
Okay, there we go. Go ahead and get up to a +6. You know, in theory, actually, what we could do instead of doing Godric first is we could go to Radahn first. We could go to Radahn first, actually, because Radahn we have access to because of the festival, so we can just go right in because of that. That's not bad. That's actually not a bad plan. And if Radahn's our first Remembrance boss, that's also not the worst in the world, especially with a +15 or +16. Yeah, that is kind of cooking. So, we'll take it. Actually, wait, curiosity, because I think there's a handful of items that are just out and about right now. I'm not sure how safe some of these items are, but we can find out real quickly. I mean, I know there's an item right here. Smithy 4. Okay, that's not exactly what I was looking for, but still, something. Before I accidentally aggro that lion, I'm gonna real quickly level up. Spend my money now. Actually, I wouldn't really be surprised if the lions were what I need to kill. I forget if it's 1 or 2 lions over here. I think it's 2. It is, in fact, 2. Yes. That lion has just decided that he wants to be my friend. There we go. Alright, that wasn't what I was expecting it to be. I'm assuming in this case the lions very well might be my source for +6s at that point. Kinda sucks, but oh well. Oh wait, no, there's a +6 literally right going into the boss fight here. Isn't there? Yeah, so we could get the +17 now if we really wanted to. I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think in this case, this is going to be just fine against Radon.
But now.
Alright, beautiful. Yeah, there's literally a +6 right on the way in here. Yep, there it is. Cool. So we have that +6, then +17 on our Zweihander, if we so chose, at the end of the day. Not too bad. Okay. Alright, hold off on any buffing. Enter the gate, and away we go. I don't know why my camera was kind of fighting me there more than usual, but it was definitely fucking fighting me there. Alright. Chug now. Golden Bow. How now? Brown Cow. Chug that a little bit early because I very well might end up having to re-Cragblade. Roll in front, run behind, big meaty poker. Should be enough for a stagger. Not enough to kill just yet. Enough to kill. Very nice. There we go. Radon was cooked. Okay, so honestly, +16 is just fine for that. And honestly, feeling it out, I think that was better than what I might have been able to do with the balls there. So I think the pivot into the Zweihander at some point or another there just kind of makes sense, admittedly. God damn, absolutely fucking cooked, Radon. He never stood a chance. Yeah, no, honestly, in a weird way, I'm pretty confident Miyazaki made him BM the way that he did in the DLC because he felt bad. That, and I'm pretty confident that Miyazaki has always really secretly... Actually, it's not even a fucking secret. I'm pretty confident he very much so subscribes to Guts X Griffith Yowie, honestly. 110%, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. Before I spend any more cash, time to, once a fucking again, check for Raya. Surely she's gotta be there by now. Surely. I've only done this enough times. She's not fucking there, is she? Oh my god. I'm kind of bitter. I'm only mildly bitter right now. Why is Raya failed me? Why must she fail me so? I'm gonna ride the lift up and down and just see if it fucking does anything. Michaelis Griffith? Yeah, Michaelis Griffith. I'm not particularly a fan of the whole Mikola being Griffith vibe. I really wish that that hadn't happened. But, you know what? Honestly, it's Miyazaki's baby, so... Personally, I was kind of more excited to see, like, I don't know, a little bit further of like a question of things. I don't fucking. I was kind of hoping for something slightly different, grand scheme of things, but oh well. Okay, I'm kind of wondering why Raya's not showing up here now at this rate. I am unsure as to what the trigger is in this case. I might, you know what, honestly, because it's kind of like just enough on my nerves, I think I'm gonna look it up real quickly and see if maybe there's something about it. So hold with me for just a minute, folks. I'm gonna look this up. We're gonna look up the Raya questline and see if there's a big old conniption that I fucked up on. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Meet her at Liurnia of the Lakes. Give her the necklace, which I did that. Right? Necklace isn't in my inventory. I'm 110% sure of that. Not in my inventory. Okay, cool. So she fucking has it. I absolutely gave it to her. No, killing Bogart here. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, I killed Bogart, but who cares? He's already dead. Return the necklace to her. She'll reward you the invitation. She'll also tell you about the two main ways to reach the Altus Plateau. When reaching Altus Plateau, you can talk to Raya. She will teleport you inside Volcano Manor, depending on the route you took to reach the plateau. You'll be found at one of several locations. Wait, what? Wait, did I read that right? One of several locations, what? The Lux Ruins. So wait, she might be the lower part of the Lux Ruins? She might be over there? I didn't go through the Runestream Precipice, but I wonder if the game broke. Ran with the deck this. Okay, so I'm assuming that that one was a typo then. Okay, so let me check the Lux Ruins then, I guess. Let's see if she, for some reason, decided to go over there. I would find that mildly weird and annoying, but who fucking knows, honestly. Raya, I swear to God, if you're over here, I'm gonna be, like, slightly pissed. Alright, dude's just digging in the dirt. Okay, cool. Motherfucker! Raya, I've
been waiting. I knew you. I hereby take my hand.
I had no idea she fucking shows up here.
Give me your hand.
I had no idea she shows up here. I could have sworn it was always guaranteed the fucking, It makes no sense that she showed up here anyways. Like, yeah, I got the grace for it and everything, but that should not be the determiner on that one.
I am Tanrias, a warrior. Perhaps. Will you join YX Rise with us? Enter now, you but the drawing room, but be sure.
Beautiful. Alright. That should have been exactly what we need to go ahead and turn in Bernal's bell. Wait, did I accidentally turn in Bernal's bell bearing on accident? Shit, wait. Oh, please don't tell me I fucking turned in Bernal's bell bearing on accident. I might have turned it in on accident. It would be really unfortunate if I did all of this and turned in Burns. Okay, cool, I didn't. I would be so disappointed in myself if I had done that. Okay, anyways, Assassin's Gambit! Woo, yay, yippee! All of that fucking work. The rapier is relatively light, so we can use that for this. Longbow in that hand, rapier in that hand. I don't think we have a lighter weapon than that, so no. Okay, cool. Alright, let's do some quick leveling up here.
I don't believe I'm known as he.
No, fuck. Shut up, D. Nobody cares. D's. You know what, honestly, everybody's heard the joke before, so we don't need another rendition of D's nuts. Let's get the faith requirement up ever so slightly here. Now I can use the faith talisman to go ahead and get the flame grant me strength buff going when I'm ready. Which probably should be soon, in theory.
I didn't want to be doing much. Just lay out.
Okay. Alright, there we go. Do that. Okay. Alright. Right. Wait, did I get the stones required to... No, I didn't. I don't know why my brain blanked on that. Okay. There's that. Now we could go back to the nomadic merchant here. Go run across the lake real quickly and pick up the thingy talisman. Then we'll probably go real quickly and get Flame Grant Me Strength, since honestly, there's really not a reason not to do that, in theory. So... I'm gonna leave the Turtle Talisman on for right now, because it just kind of does a lot of work for us, so fuck it, why not? Man, I love it when it fucking doesn't do the thing that I want it to do. There we go. Cool. What's funny is I did all of that without activating Assassin's Gambit anyways. And apparently just Stealth 100, not a single one of them noticed me. Either that or they pretty much came to the consensus of the group of just like, no, we probably should ignore the naked man that just ran through here with a giant fucking sword. Probably don't bother that one. It is nighttime, which means the night's cav is out, and I do not want to fuck around. Okay, cool. Honestly, all things considered, I am kind of glad that I did do more of a pivot into the Zwei overall. I think the Zwei will cover a lot more going forward here. I'm pretty sure of that, at least. I'm unsure of where we would go and get more 6s at this point, other than essentially just continuing game progress. But likewise, I think when it comes to Godric, or not Godric, my bad. When it comes to Margit, I think our Margit fight should be reasonable enough. I don't think it'll actually be that big of a worry. So. We probably could use Eggsack for money, but I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of ignore him, because the stinky cheese feat he does can randomly clip you, so... No, 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 no. I don't think so. I guess this would also be a chance for us to get, Flaming Strikes, or Flame of the Redmanes, since we'll be running right past the Ash of War for it anyways. So, I mean, like, in all seriousness, I probably should go get it, because it's kind of easy, and it's really fucking good. It would just give us the outright flame-based damage we need to completely nuke any Erdtree spirits, or any Erdtree avatars in the future. So, I don't see why not. Alright, doesn't look like we accidentally aggroed a whole lot of anything. Ah, okay. Oh, never mind, we aggroed a dog. Please, faster, 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 please. Moments before an accident. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna wait for the thing to run around and clip it over here. Okay, it's doing its laps. Alright, here it comes. There we go. Cool. Flame of the Red Mane's acquired. Beautiful. I don't know if there's particularly a best stealth option here for the guy up top. But I'm willing to guess that he just kind of has, like, super sight just because he does. So, we'll find out. Ideally, he just doesn't, and we can just move along with our day. Where'd the guy go? There he is. Okay, cool. I was worried that that buff wouldn't last long enough, but no, it definitely did. That was awesome. That was really good. Beautiful. Not that I really need to do that right there, but it's like 2 seconds worth of safety just to be slightly safer. So. Both. Doesn't really matter where we're warping there. I just need to get out of there. So, cool. Okay, cool. Now, with that acquired, we're going to probably take care of Godric tonight, and I think after Godric is done, we're going to probably call it for the night at least. Alright, let's go ahead and get the finger seal. Gorgeous, and yeah, okay. Alright, I'm not going to worry about equipping the seal just yet. I will go ahead and put Flame Grant Me in place. Nah, I'm not going to worry about that one yet. There we go. Cool. Okay, cool. I forgot to actually get the Grace that's up by Gostok. That's my bad. That's a little inefficient. Running a little bit low on Kukri, but honestly, we may not even have to worry about it that much. Because, like, now that we have Assassin's Gambit, while it's still definitely useful to do aggro distractions like that, it is not going to be as imperative. Not as much, at least, I think.
You there? It's tightly hooked. The guard you breached. Well, but of course.
Alright, there we go. Activate that. There we go. Jackass. He's taking his time there. Alright. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this will make it so we're not getting shot at nearly as much. Or at all. I'm still going to run this as if though I will be shot at, because this place fucking terrifies me. Damn, that is actually really fucking effective. fact that even that lion can't spot us like that, and we're pretty much in broad daylight at that point, that's really good. Alright, I do want to get this Grace only because it does give us access to, just essentially when we want to get Godric's Great Rune active, we can do that. Beautiful. Not sure why that one asshole decided he just didn't want to be fucked. But whatever. It's fine. Alright, I don't remember how these guys react to this, but I'm going to go ahead and assume it's the same. Yup. Okay. That was way more gremlin-y than it technically should have been, but fuck it, we'll take it. Yeah, fuck it, we'll take it. I forget what this is. Essentially useless. Okay, cool. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Fun run more or less done. Now we just have to make it to Godric's cell, and then we can do Godric, and we're cooking. Ideally, for the Godric fight, we pretty much want to just do, like, a shit ton of fucking damage before we set him off into the second phase transition. So ideally, we get a stagger before we get to that point, so we can kind of just take advantage of the situation. Alright, cool. This more or less sets us up really well, too, for when we actually make it into late game. So that's really nice. Alright, let's go ahead and get the seal equipped. We already have everything I think we need equipped right now, other than Ritual Sword. Right, I do need the Finger Heirloom in order to Flame grant me. So I do have to keep that in mind. Okay, there we go. I did forget to Cragblade there, but it's okay. I can Cragblade right now. Wrong RNG, but it's fine. We'll take it. Okay, buddy, you gotta... Okay, this'll do. Alright, there we go. Cool. He'll be cooked. He'll be absolutely fucking cooked here in second phase, so... Oh, whoops, I'm sinking into the floor ever so slightly. It's kind of fun. This is where I find out that there's, like, just enough of a death plane tickling out here. I wouldn't entirely be surprised, but it would be funny. It would be pretty fucking funny. Okay, what is it? I think it's this one here. Alright, let's go get the Great Rune active, and I think after the Great Rune's active, I think that's going to be our calling point for tonight. Okay. Alright, more strengths. Alright, let's go ahead and put that back on Gorgimus. Not that we really need the stealth tech for this bridge, but I'm gonna try it out anyways and just see what happens here. there's a really good chance that stealth tech doesn't exactly work for these golems, just because these golems typically just kind of start swinging anyways. Oh, never mind. Maybe it does work, actually. Because that one definitely took his time getting to trying to fucking hit me. Alright, line up the shot. Oh, I have no idea how that one fucking missed. But we will fucking take it. That one shouldn't... I don't think that one should have missed the way that it did, but we will take it. Bozo. Very cool. Alright, cool. This will be a great rune, and this is just +5 to all stats. Which, luckily, with that in mind, we won't have to actually equip 2 fingers. So, ideally, we don't have to equip 2 fingers going forward, but still nice to have it just in case we fuck up, obviously. Because, you know. Okay. So our next major run is going to be towards Dragon Sentinel. Which, running towards Dragon Sentinel really isn't all that bad in the grand scheme of things. After Dragon Sentinel, then we have our run on down to Piss Godfrey. And from Piss Godfrey, we are on our way... The kind of the nice, fun, cool part about runs like these is that more or less, after everything is kind of set up to go into late game, which late game I would consider in this case to be fucking Dragon Sentinel, after you get everything more or less set up to go past like Dragon Sentinel and your 2 rune bosses, it really just kind of comes down to a cascading like boss fight, pretty much. Like you literally just keep doing boss fight after boss fight after boss fight after boss fight, and it's actually kind of nice. Like, it doesn't suck at all. So, I'm going to go and set myself up here. We're going to go and pop our Great Rune, and we're going to go and call it a night. There we go. Gorgeous. And gorgeous. Very nice. Look at all those extra stats. Very nice. Cool. Okay. Only other thing I think that we could do right now that I've forgotten to do, but I mean, we don't exactly have a world's worth of talismans to use right now other than Green Turtle. I guess because I normally do my outros from the round table anyways, we could just do that right now. Yeah, why not?
Only fine. You have now to become the thing.
But yeah, folks, I think that is going to have to be it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope you have had a good time. Hope you've enjoyed the experience as much as I have. I've definitely been having fun kind of getting into the swing of things here again, and unironically, while there's a couple pretty sizable fuck-ups, it's mostly been like dumb, stupid, dumb, goofy goobers that have happened for the most part. So, other than that, I really can't complain, because, like, we're kind of cooking. We got a +17 Zweihander with Cragblade on it that melts through bosses, more or less. We have our stealth officially set up at this point, and we're doing really good with that in mind. Honestly, yeah, we kind of just are cooking, though, right now. So, that's going to have to be it for tonight, though, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it as always. This has been some more no-hit practice. And if you had a good time, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already considered it. It does help out a ton and a half. And yeah, it means a lot to me. So, thank you, folks. Take good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you all next time. Thanks for stopping. Thank you, Randall. Take care, buddy. Good seeing you. Snipes, I don't know if you're still there, but if you are, take care. Thanks for joining us. Good night, folks.